Hello everybody and welcome back to a very rainy and miserable looking day in my Minecraft survival world, and you can hear the sounds of tons of villagers just behind us because we are at the old villager breeder and okay, I didn't mean to do that. I should probably just get out of F5 mode so I can actually see. But like I say, we're at the old villager breeder right here, which we used to actually build this Iron Titan. And this was always our source of villagers. I've got my frosted ice boots on. I've forgotten what they're called. They're called the Frostwalker boots, that's it. And they keep freezing everything over. But as I was saying, we have this villager breeder here. It's not actually currently working because of one of the updates meant that it didn't work anymore. I think it only worked in the 1.8 update. So what we're going to actually be doing in today's episode is trying to build a new villager breeder and trying to get our villagers breeding up again, and we're trying to get a plentiful supply, and that's for several different projects which you're going to be working on. First of all, this Iron Titan right here is obviously also broken, which as I mentioned in a few episodes, and luckily Tango Tech has actually come up with a new design, as he always does. I kind of expected him to come up with a new design in the near future, and he did. It's called the Iron Phoenix, and it's so cool that it doesn't even need to be built in the spawn chunks. But I think that I'm actually going to build this design, maybe not in this episode, in fact probably definitely not in this episode, because it's going to take a long while to build. But I think it's actually fairly simple compared to this design because it doesn't require all of the door chaining and things like that. I've just briefly went through Tango Tech's tutorial, and it seems really easy to actually build this thing compared to this old design which we have here, which is the Iron Titan. But because we've got this whole storage system here, I figured that we should build it in the same place. So we're probably going to have to get rid of this, and I might do that just in today's episode. I might just wipe out this entire Iron Titan just so we're prepared to build the next Iron Titan, or Iron Phoenix now, in its position. And that will be like a 64 village iron farm, which is absolutely brilliant, and there's all special features about that which I'll explain in the episode when we actually build that thing, whenever that may be. But for now, we need the villagers for another purpose apart from that iron farm, which is to set up a villager trading area in my base. So I actually haven't thought about how I'm going to bring the villagers over there. There is this minecart track which we can use, which I luckily left in for a long time now, since we first built this breeder. But I don't know, I think I might have to build like several breeders. I might have to build another breeder down over there just so we have another source of villagers. And it's all going to be quite complicated. When we work with villagers, it always gets a little bit crazy and a little bit dangerous and funny at times as well. But it definitely is something that we really need to start work on. And apart from that, there are a few other things I want to say. So to advance this series, I've been thinking about this for a while now. What we really desperately need to do is to go and basically complete the end. We need to go and kill the Ender Dragon. And I want to do that as soon as possible, but just because I need things like shulker boxes and the elytra. They are two absolutely fundamental things that I need in this world right now, just so I can go on long adventures far into the world and explore and find different things. So that is basically our kind of short-term, I don't know if you'd count that as a short-term objective or a long-term objective, but it's our main objective that we're working towards. It's to try and get enough good armor and try and get enough good enchantments and things like that to go and raid the end and basically destroy everything over there. And this sound is really cool. The sound of just slowly roasting on fire. But anyway, I'm going to start preparing this area, and then I will be back. So before we do that, I'm back at the Iron Titan, just filling up our chests with all of the different iron, or emptying the iron ingots out of all of the chests and crafting them into blocks. And I thought for a second that the new crafting system might actually help us to do this, but unfortunately it's not too good. Actually, it seems to be working a little bit better now. Yeah, it actually does work. Well, I did try this just a second ago, and it didn't seem to work very well. But as you can see, we only get like 35 or so for some reason inside the crafting table. I don't know whether it's because I'm doing something wrong or that's just the way it works. I think it takes it out of each and every one of these slots, which is kind of interesting. So that's quite an interesting game mechanic. But I think this is slightly better than what we were doing before anyway. So it's definitely made a difference. Okay guys, I was just going back to the spawn chunks just right now, and I don't know if you guys can see this right just above the crosshair there, but that is a skeleton with full diamond armor. I don't think I've ever seen that in Minecraft before, so you know what we're gonna do? I actually don't know what we're gonna do. We can go and kill it, although it will be a little bit difficult at the moment because it's got full diamond armor. I wonder if we'll get any of this diamond armor if we use our... Yeah, we're gonna get beaten around here quite a lot. Okay, this is dangerous. Let's flee, eat some food, and use a shield. And let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's retreat to a safe place. I guess the skeleton isn't going to burn in daylight, so I should have thought about that. I feel like naming that skeleton and bringing it and saving it somewhere. You know what? You know what? I'm actually going to do this thing. Come on, follow me. Let's see how good your aim is. Don't run away. Follow me. Oh, I can use my shield as well to keep blocking it. If it actually decides to follow me. Come on, keep going, keep going. This is going to take a long time. Okay, so my shield has now been broken, but we are still resuming the chase right here. We're still continuing on because I've got a full inventory, so I've got no chance of stopping here, and I'm just going to get myself, basically sacrifice myself with arrows everywhere, just to get this guy all the way to the base. This is pretty crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to go and name him. I've got a name ready. He's just outside. Hopefully I don't die because this is just outside my house. That would be pretty embarrassing. Where is he? I just don't want him to despawn, so I'm just going to name him. And yeah, I've named him Bones right there. Bones is there. I'm just going to escape while I have the chance. And hopefully this doesn't freeze over at the wrong time. And now I'm just going to try and figure out a little space to put him in this area. Right, the chase is on again. We're going to get Bones into the basement right here. It's going to be a little bit difficult, and he's being quite troublesome at the moment. I don't have a shield, and I've had to take my boots off as well, just to be able to get down here. But basically, he just needs to fall down into this hole at the moment. As you can see, I have prepared a few things, so hopefully, let me just check that he will actually just go down into here. Yeah, this is where we're going to be storing him. So luckily we've got these piston launchers now, which means that I don't need to use this elevator to get in. So if we can just drag him down here somehow. Come on, Bones. Oh no, it's a bad position to be in. Come on. Oh, just come through, please. This is crazy. I wonder if you can fire at me through there. Probably not. Hopefully not. So now we just need him to chase us over this way. We need him to keep coming. Keep going, come on. Keep chasing me. Oh, the new mechanic means that the skeletons sort of try and run away and things like that, which is really annoying at the moment. Oh, let's see if I can get him into there. Come on. Okay, he doesn't seem to want to come. Okay. With all of this dirt having been placed, we are nearly there with getting Bones into here. And he's still not going in. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but I think I'm going to have to use a bucket of water. Just quickly place it there and then get rid of it. Will that do the trick? Yes, go down. Please go down. Oh, is he gone? I think he's gone. Yes, he's in the water at least. That's a good enough start. So now I can get down there and get this guy finally into his hole. Yes! Yes, I finally got him in! Ah, oh, this has been so crazy. This has been such a crazy little journey. Ah, oh, but I've got him in, safe and sound, and I should probably replace these two blocks. I could probably replace them with glass actually, but I think I'll play it safe and just replace the cobblestone that was here, replace the torches. I've made such a big mess around this area. It is crazy. I've ripped out so much stuff. Ah, but I think it was worth it, to be honest, to have Bones sitting there. Well, there we have it. I hope all of that craziness was actually worth something, and I think it was. We have Bones right here, which, by the way, is a Star Trek reference, which I wasn't able to explain during the crazy, stuff that was going on right there. And luckily, I've cleaned up all of that. And it was just the first thing that came into my head, so I thought I'd say that, or use that as the name. So I made a splash potion of harming here, which should actually cure this guy because he's undead, and that's how it works. And it didn't seem to do much. I'll just use another one just in case. But I'm pretty sure I could actually do damage to him just through that little area. If I do punch him, it does damage him, and that damaged me as well. Maybe I should just use the other one as well, just for good luck, because I'm never gonna pretty much use this potion of harming again. There we go. But yeah, that is that thing out of the way. That was a little bit crazy, but I think it's definitely a good addition to this little base, and we're definitely going to have more mobs in the corners here. If I see any crazy mobs wandering about, I'm definitely going to bring them back, and yeah, you know what's going to happen. Well, all shenanigans aside, I've been making a little bit of progress in this area. We've got rid of the villager breeder, which was previously here, and I've also made this weird dirt pathway, and I'm pretty used to these because I used them to actually make the Iron Titan last time, and to get all of the villagers around. And obviously I've moved all of the villagers down here into this little containment thing, which is a floating glass platform, which I think looks really cool. But for now, I'm going to have to go and rebuild the new design by Unary Bits, and hopefully this thing should work, fingers crossed, because when it comes to villagers, there are always problems usually with the way that you do things. And so I'll give it a try, and I'll try and move some of these villagers in and see how things go. Okay, so just a quick update here. Everything has gone completely wrong, because take a look at this. All of my villagers, all of them just kind of exploded out of a gap, a hole which was made in the platform there, and everything has gone wrong. They've all escaped all over the place. I don't even know how to pick these guys up. I'm trying to frantically use boats here, and I've forgotten even how to play this game now. And I'm trying to frantically pick these guys up as quickly as I can before they go missing or die, because then we've got no chance of actually being able to make this thing today. So there we go, we've got 2 in that boat right there. This is completely crazy, and I knew something like this was going to happen when we decided to do villagers today, because they can be crazy. They can be absolutely and utterly crazy. And let's see how many of them I actually manage to recover here. Hopefully I managed to get most of them back, and some of them have also escaped in other ways. Some of them kind of ran out of the platform there, and like a couple escaped at first, and then I accidentally made a hole in the fence, and it was just absolutely impossible to actually kind of keep these guys safe. They all just ran all over the place, and it was completely crazy. They all just popped out because of the collision boxes, and it's basically just completely crazy, and I don't even know what to do here, so I'm just going to make loads and loads of boats and hope that these guys get saved before it's night. Okay, well, you could say nightmare situation averted right here, but the problem is that this could definitely turn into an even worse nightmare, because it's turning night and I don't have a bed. So it will be a literal nightmare, but it will be a real nightmare, if you know what I mean. So basically, I've got to defend these guys during the night, because I can't go and find like a sheep somewhere unless there is one nearby. I've got to obviously defend them from zombies, unless I can actually wall them in, which will be a good start, I guess. So the problem with these boats is it's all well and good to keep the villagers safe in boats, but the only problem is that it is very hard to move them afterwards. In fact, it's pretty much impossible to move these villagers now, which is a big problem. judging by the fact that they're all over the place, and so I'm gonna have to kind of literally cobble together some kind of defense right here, and also light up the area, just so none of the zombies can get at these guys. And yeah, you're probably gonna have to wish me luck here, because this is gonna be a little bit crazy. And like, as I say that, the first zombie comes in, so yeah, this is gonna be a long night. We've got our first victims already, so this is just turning from bad to worse. It's really hard to defend this area, and it's absolutely crazy. This is going to be really, really hard to defend. Okay, so maybe this is as worse as it could possibly get. Yeah, I've been blown up, so I'm dead. Okay, and I've spawned back at the Iron Titan. That's actually a good thing, because we're working in this area. Well, I'm dead. Most of the villagers have died. I may lose all my stuff as well. Luckily, we've actually spawned in the spawn chunks, which is actually useful in this case for once. So I'm just going to jump down and see the damage and the devastation. A lot of the zombies are probably going to die. I mean, the villagers, sorry. They're going to be turned into zombie villagers. But one good thing about that is, because they're in the boats, if they're turned into zombie villagers, I can actually still reconvert them into normal villagers with the whole process of reconversion. However that works with the golden apple and stuff like that. So I've still got a chance, I guess, of surviving the night here. This is a terrible night. It's even stormy. It's just absolutely and utterly terrible. Most of my armor has also been destroyed because it ran out of durability. And okay, this is utterly crazy. I don't even know what's going on here anymore. So yeah, that one mistake, breaking one of those fence posts, they all kind of were congregating in that area, and I think that's why all of that happened. They all kind of erupted out of one area. So yeah, overall this is probably one of the most devastating days in Minecraft history on this world. I think this will go down as the most unlucky episode ever. I can hear a baby zombie. Oh no, not these guys. I hate these guys. So yeah, and am I going to die again? That's the question. Hopefully not. I think I've just recovered myself. I've got 2 hearts. So let me just patch this thing up. And yeah, I guess I should be protecting all of these villagers right now, whichever ones have survived. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 villagers. So that's actually not enough to do what we need to do. But I'm pretty sure that I can bring them back up to this platform and start actually breeding them again. And so I'll breed the villagers up before we actually put them in the breeder itself, because I've been working a little bit here, and you can probably see that a little bit of scaffolding up there. That's where the villagers are actually going to be. And so, you know, I'm being surprisingly calm actually, despite all of the crazy things which have been going on here. But I definitely will get this this project done. And oh no. I don't know, today is just one of those days that everything is going terribly. Everything. It couldn't get worse. Okay, I probably shouldn't even say that now, because it probably could get worse. If it's not the zombies, then it's the creepers. This was a second after I said that. I don't know what's wrong. I feel like I'm cursed today. This is as bad as it's ever been. Well, okay. I feel like just blowing everything up with TNT and starting again, if you know what I mean. I don't think I've ever been this unlucky. This is as unlucky as you can possibly get, surely. This is really unlucky. To rub salt in my wounds, just take a look at that skeleton. Similar to the skeleton which we captured earlier this episode and moved into my base. This guy is wearing my diamond armor. He has my sword in his hands and he's chasing me, and I'm scared. I'm really scared. I think I'm just gonna go and hide in this hole until things get a little bit better. And yeah, I don't have a bed, which is a serious problem. and those villagers have somehow managed to survive out there. I really need a miracle to get through this project now. I really need a miracle. This is just the most unlucky day in Minecraft. The most unlucky possible day. This episode was going well. Okay, never mind. I guess these things happen. Probably. Sometimes. So my final little update right here, I've actually gone and finally been able to move the villagers back into this little pen here, and I've gone and added a double layered glass wall right there just so that they won't escape, because they actually still started to escape. And by the way, I used this little mob elevator that I built right here to get them up, and it worked fairly well, but still some of them actually escaped because the water was actually going across this glass, and they were able to jump over the fences, which is definitely terrible. And yeah, it's just been extremely unlucky this episode, and it's just been I've been so unproductive just because I've had so many problems befalling me all at once, and it was just completely not under my control. Luckily, the situation is now under control, hopefully. And we've got all of these boats as well, by the way, just to go and trap all of the zombies. They've been working very, very well, just to actually hold the zombies in place so they get trapped, I guess. So I think that's a really good way of trapping mobs, and it meant that I could just go and kill the zombies. So yeah, we've got the villagers finally in there, but I'm afraid that that is pretty much the end of today's episode, because I know that we haven't really done much, but I've got to say that the situation was definitely a little bit out of my control today. I think it was just a cursed episode. This is going to be called the cursed episode or something like that, definitely, because it's taken so long just to get back to the place where we were basically at the start of the episode, or after I moved these villagers onto that little platform. So we've kind of just gone in a big circle, and I'm very sorry about that, but I definitely wanted to do a lot more than this. I wanted to go and actually set up the whole breeding system and everything, but what we're going to have to do now is to actually breed these villagers right here on top of this platform, and then we can actually get enough villagers to actually occupy the cells which we've built over there in the actual villager breeder. So we're going to have to sort of do a preliminary breed, if you like, here, and then we can actually get this project properly underway. But yeah, villagers are the most finicky thing in this whole game. They can be so utterly annoying, and I guess I've got like the best experience of that now. Before we had like 42 villagers or something, which I purposely left inside that old villager breeder just so, you know, we could use them again for the next project. And I knew that we'd be rebuilding it one day and using the villagers. But it's just a shame that we lost so many of them, so we're just gonna have to breed them, and I'll try and do that in between episodes. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for persevering with all the crazy things which have been going on in today's episode, and I will see you in the next one.